Welcome to the final week of our Create Your Own Author Website series. By now, you should have chosen a platform to host your site on, thought about your branding, chosen a template, set your fonts and colours, and set up your various pages and elements. Phew, that's a lot of stuff we've covered. Now for the final step, setting up your newsletter and opt-in. Why do you need a newsletter? Because it's quite possibly your biggest marketing tool. Here's the thing, you can have thousands of followers on social media, but you don't own those followers. If Twitter shut down tomorrow, that's all of your followers gone. But with your website and your email list, you are in control. It's also a much bigger commitment to give someone your email address than it is to follow them on social media. Your newsletter subscribers trust you enough and want to hear from you enough that they're willing to give you their email address. That's a big thing, and generally your newsletter subscribers tend to be more likely to buy your book than someone who's following you on social media. So we know you need an email list, but the question is, how do you get people to sign up to it? Generally, unless you're a big name in the author community, simply saying sign up for book updates isn't really going to cut it. Pretty much every single website on the internet is trying to get your email address. So you really need to be able to stand out. The best way to do this is to offer your newsletter subscribers something for free, and not just anything, but something valuable that they'll really want, something you've put time and effort into. Some people offer printables that have helped them out with their own writing, like plotting sheets and editing cheat sheets. I offer my author website blueprint, which you've downloaded by now, right? My critique partner Ali offers an amazing character creation guide, which I will link below. My friend Brittany Wang offers a free series Bible template, which again I will link below. You could also consider offering some of your writing for free. I am in the process of writing a short story, and when that's finished I'm going to be offering it to my newsletter subscribers for free. This is especially effective if you already have a book out and you have a certain amount of following on that book and you want to release like a mini prequel or like a novella that carries on from the events in that book. But even if you haven't published yet, you want to be actively building your subscriber list well before you think about publishing your book, because you'll want to make those big publishing announcements like your book cover reveal and your first couple of chapters that you're giving away for free, or any giveaways or whatever you're doing to promote your book. You want to be able to send that to your newsletter subscribers first before you make it public. In your author website blueprint, I've included a space where you can brainstorm different ideas for your opt-in incentive, which is the thing you're going to be offering for free. You can have more than one incentive, but to begin with I would recommend just picking one really good thing that you're going to offer for free that people will really want. Work on it, make sure it's really polished and really good, and then you can add more in the future. So once you've chosen what incentive you're going to offer, it's time to set up your newsletter. There are lots of services that work well for email lists, but the one that I use and recommend is MailerLite. MailerLite is free up to your first 1,000 subscribers, and it has a really cool automation system so that when someone signs up for your email list, you can send a stream of emails automatically without you having to do anything over time. This means your opt-in incentive could be an email course. Jessica Brody has an amazing email course opt-in where she basically sends an email a day for 7 days all about plotting your novel, and it gives you different action steps, it gives you different pieces of advice. It's what got me to sign up to her newsletter. Setting up something like this in MailerLite is really easy, and once it's set up, you don't have to do anything. Whether you choose to do an email course or not, one email that you do want to set up to send automatically as soon as someone signs up for your email list is a welcome email. This email should include an introduction, try to inject a little bit of voice and personality into it, an example of what they can expect by being part of your email list, the opt-in you promised them. You could attach it to the email, you could send them a link to a members area on your website and give them the password. However you choose to do it, make sure you give them what you promised them. And finally, this is really important, you want to signpost them to where they can go to unsubscribe. this should be a link at the bottom of your email. Now this bit does scare people, and I have seen newsletters that are deliberately trying to hide where you can go to unsubscribe. This is terrible practice and makes you seem really shady and untrustworthy. There should be an unsubscribe link at the bottom of every email you send. Here's the thing, if someone wants to unsubscribe to your newsletter, simply hiding it and making it difficult for them to do so isn't going to give you an engaged subscriber who's likely to buy your book. What it will give you is a very frustrated person who gets annoyed every time they see your name pop up in their inbox. So make sure in that welcome email you say something along the lines of, if at any time you want to unsubscribe, you can do so by clicking the link at the bottom of this email. Once you've created your welcome email and set it up so that it automatically sends when someone signs up for your newsletter, you want to make sure that the sign up form is on every single page of your website. I really like embedded forms. Pop-ups can work, but sometimes they can be a little bit annoying for the reader, so it kind of depends on your personal preference. After you've put your incentive on your website, you want to have a little think about how you're going to promote it. Again, there's a space for you to brainstorm this in your author website blueprint. Perhaps you could mention it in your social media headers. Maybe you could write an informative blog post and mention it in there, or a YouTube video. However you choose to promote your incentive, make sure not to spam social media. A simple pinned tweet and maybe mentioning it on Instagram every couple of weeks will suffice. So now your website's ready to go, right? Wrong. Now you need to get some beta testers in to check your website and make sure that everything is working as it should. Ask them to check on both desktop and mobile, and ask them to make sure that all the images are showing correctly, that the layout looks good, that the links work, that there are no typos, and ask them to sign up for your opt-in so that they can check the welcome email arrives properly. Make sure to tell them they can always unsubscribe if they want to. If you have a contact form on your website, ask them to again send a message through there just to make sure that you can receive it correctly. And once they come back saying that everything is working perfectly, now is the time to launch your website to the world. Make a big sing song and dance about it, because it is a huge achievement and you should be proud of yourself. I hope you found this author website series helpful. If you would like help or advice on your own website, I'm going to be offering live critiques here on my YouTube channel at some point, so feel free to send me a message on the email address down in the description bar and I will get in touch. And my question of the week, which I would love for you to answer in the comments, is what have you chosen for your opt-in incentive? See you next week.